Hello and welcome to MP Strong 365, day 80 something. We are going to do some upper body today, and so the first thing we're going to do, I like this little chair this is a robust chair. Anyway, for stretching and whatnot. So to do upper body, we have to release the upper body. So just to demonstrate where we find ourselves at the end of the day, we're sort of like this position, so my shoulders are this way. So I have this ridge going up my neck, and my obliques are like this way. So it might seem like you have a compressed waistline, but really it's like a trapped core. So for upper body, even if you're just sitting in a chair, I'm still getting my breath going. This is just a result of back stiffness. So whenever you can't get a full breath, you want to try to breathe through the back part of your lungs. So haven't run today, haven't worked out today yet. So everything's still just fresh and just in there waiting to get open. So with my next breath, I'm going to breathe in below my stomach and through my spine. And then breathe out kind of like a whistle. Do 2 more of those. One more through the spine and below the belly button. All right. So next thing we're going to do is get off the chair and put a foot up on the chair and stretch into the hip flexors. So regardless of what workout you're about to do, stretching through the hip flexor will open up pretty much everything else. I'll do this 2 ways. So one to the front where we're sliding forward, squeezing the back glute, getting that back hip flexor. I always refer to it just as the hip flexor, the hip crease, the root of all things. Your upper body and lower body are connected here. Like I could go on with 50 some odd reasons why and names for this region of you. So if the other thing to know about this region is that the more you are sitting, the more it gets trapped. The more you are standing rigid, the more it gets trapped. So opening up through the back hip flexor. You could be on the floor right now. You could be with your leg posted back like 3 inches. Whatever gets that hip extension going. So many of the problems that we have are a lack of hip extension. We all have the same bodies, right? They're shaped different ways, but we all have the same 2,000 parts according to Lever. And so the problems that occur, although slightly different for people based on like your inherent shape and activities, tend to come down to the root. So a couple more like this. And now I'm going to sweep that foot so it's faced 90 degrees. I'm going to pop closer to the step. So I'm just leaning into both legs equally. So I'm going to try to shove more weight into my right side and then turn my body to the left and then turn it back to the right. So I'm trying to keep that weight in the right side and the right leg. And I'm just noticing that leg folding in. So just pushing out on that leg. Believe it or not, still able to move regardless of my always thinking everything is cattywampus and wrong, which it is, but you can still get good runs in, good swims in, good lifts in, and then just keep after it. So I'm going to keep that right hip posted out and turn into the left. The translation is for you, even if you hurt somewhere, use something else. If your knee hurts when you walk, if it hurts more and more and more and more and more with every step you take, then like at least trying a 20-minute stretch before you take your walk, like you got to get something to unlock, right? Because it's usually just like the top of your knee and you just need to stretch those quads. So I digress. So I'm trying to get my upper body ready for a very short lift by doing this hip flexor opening first. And then I'll open the shoulders, and then we'll do a circuit with no rest. CrossFit very much follows this model where like half the workout is stretching. And then, and I say stretching, but they call, dynamic warm up, movement patterns without load. It's a misconception about CrossFit. You think it's all about heavy loads. And yeah, it is. And yeah, it's still maybe not for me going from 0 to 1,000. That said, I appreciate the time spent on mobility before beginning anything else. All right, so back hip flexor, stretching through. Yeah, I got new socks. Very excited. They feel nice on my feet. So immediately noticing the balance isn't quite as great on this side. Just gonna try to squeeze that back glute. You see the flower of a plant, you see the branches of a plant, you see the leaves, you see the birds and the bees around the plant. No one ever sees the root. The root's underneath. Your root is never going to talk to you. It's never going to be visible to you. It's never going to present itself as like, look at me, stretch me, because it's deep in there, man. So it's my job to remind myself that will always hide underneath. And I need to expose it, stretch through it, breathe through it. This could be as simple as laying on your stomach and putting a ball on that part of you. Pressure point release. One more time there. All right, I'm going to turn that foot 90 degrees. And so I have my hip opening up on the right. And this leg doesn't go fold inward as much as the other one. And I'm just going to turn through the upper body. I have been grumpy. That's it. Hopefully it'll go away soon. Just turning through the trunk, keeping your legs still. If your legs aren't still, if your legs are cattywampus, if one's folded in, if you don't have those 90-degree angles, then you're not getting the most out of this stretch. I'm going to try to tuck my tailbone underneath me slightly, push out on the right leg, a couple more times. And we're good on that. All right, so removing the chair from the equation. Foam roll. I'm going to use the foam roll actually for flies and overheads, but if you don't have a foam roller, you can use the floor for this. Flies, I grab 15s, and we're gonna stretch horizontally. If you're on your phone and you're doom scrolling, please at least doom scroll on a foam roll. Went right to, that was a pleasant sound effect. I went right to the spot that gets locked in the spine. I'm gonna start to crunch through that spot and then open up through the spine through that, cradling the head. Allowing a leg to slide out and in to create more mobility as I go. Again, no foam roll. Do this on the floor or even with a pillow underneath your back. You can pause in your repetitions of contraction and release if you feel like, oh, that part really needs to let go. But part of dynamic stretching, what makes it so powerful, is the more you can integrate an exercise, a crunch in this case, to that stretch, you will get so much more stretch out of the spine. If you don't just lay there, which is delicious, and I do it if you're doom scrolling, but you can maybe even at least move a leg around. Hydrate, like the dog is now. And now I'm just gonna roll up and down the spine. My feet are split. So the idea is I eventually get that little ridge in my upper traps. Like you see those dudes who like it's the stereotypical, the caricature of like the dude from the gym where they're like have no neck left and they're like walking around with their arms and their upper traps are just so gigantic. I don't want to be that guy. Like no offense, but all that means is that you're not holding any pressure in your hips. You're using your upper traps for like every old thing. And, you know, I'm vain. I don't want to have that. And I do right now relative to before. So other leg, we're going to slide that leg out. So yeah, this whole part up here is like big-ish. So whatever, you know. The upper body work is important. But I'm like, every time I lift a weight, I feel like I'm using my upper trap. So part of this is how can I release my upper trap and do the exercises without isolating the muscles I want. This has a delightful side effect of opening the sinuses. So if you've had sinusitis or congestion, a lot of it can be alleviated by opening up that neck, throat, head, upper back. A couple more. And we're good on that. Time to get to our weight circuit. Yes. All right, 10 minutes on the button. Ready, set, go. Starting with standing. I'm going to go back on the foam roll in a second. Starting with standing bicep curls. So let's go one leg out in front and we'll take it into a curl. Bend, soften into the back leg. Curl, lean slightly forward, use your abs. Finish every bicep with a tricep squeeze. In 5, we're taking this down into a push-up position with an alternating row. So we're going to forward lunge. Take a step forward, that same leg, so we flow into each exercise and shimmy your back foot further back so you can arrive in a push-up position. Feet are out wide and pull the weight, pull the weight, pull the weight. Oh, yeah. More weight in your booty as you go. Square hips, nice obliques. We're going to take this into an arm reach in a push-up position. Knees or tabletop is the way for the regression. So to scale it back. For left. Take the knees for 10 seconds. And we'll go into a push-up position. So I'll just keep my feet out on either side of these weights. And maybe I'll try to reach for my chair there. So come up, push-up position. Lean your head forward. Every time you reach your arm forward, think about that whole side body. Side body, side body. For 20. The more weight you put in your lower half, the easier this will be. The more weight you punch into your waistline, the more powerful this will be. Return the weights to chest level. Weights, your hands. Yes, your weight is held at chest level. 2 more times. All right, sweep your right leg forward. Come up into a kneeling position. Take one of your dumbbells. And we'll go into an overhead press right here. I'm going to try to undo my cattywampusness. So pulling the body to midline, punching down through the right foot. Every time the right arm comes up, the left arm goes down. Take this weight, fold at the waist, pop your back leg up, keep your left hand on the floor, pull the weight to massage between your shoulder blades. For 5, maybe inching up onto those left fingertips. 2, 1, and send it down into a push-up position. Twist your feet side to side, just as I remember the sequence. So we got bicep curls, one leg forward, plank and row, hand reaches, kneeling overheads, and bent over rows. Tipping the feet side to side. 2 more times. And relax that. Send your left foot forward. Your right foot is the one behind. Grab both of your weights. P.S. I have 15s. Boop. That was good enough flow. So all the weights posted in your right leg. Left leg is forward. Fold into the right leg. This is just to capture the outside of the glutes. Every bicep finishes with a tricep. Gather that pressure from your lower stomach. Re-soften through the back leg. You'll feel more of the back hip. Four left. And we'll take that leg forward. Lunge, flow into your push-up position. I'll turn sideways. Feet are wide, wider than your hands, and we row, and we row. And we notice how much better this is. Hello. Okay, she's fine. Then the first set, hips are level, booty is working for you, weight is in the balls of your feet. Feeling that whole waistline side, those obliques, maybe even inner thighs. Shining that root of you down towards the floor, opening. So it's a flat line from your belly button to your thighs. One more time. That's just good. Take the knees. Set the weights off to the side. One cat-cow. All right. And we'll take it into arm reaches into push-up position. Tap, tap, tap. You can also add a cute little opposite foot lift if you want. for like a crazy bird dog. In some ways, it's easier to do it this way. So just think of extending that back leg further back. So you're extending yourself. Reach and drop, reach and drop, reach and drop. Notice which side is easier to reach. 5, drop the foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're coming into a kneeling overhead press. So right leg forward, left leg back. No. Left leg forward, right leg back. Same side. Goodbye. Go away. With the overhead, working on squaring out. As your left hand comes up, your right arm goes down. A melting pancake. Pull the weight into the left glute to punch that weight overhead. All right. And we'll fold from the waist, pop the back leg up, back knee up. Great. Right fingertips on the floor and row. Neck is neutral. Try to create a ball in the back of your throat. La la la. To keep your breathing channels open. Massaging through those shoulder blades. Light weight in the finger. Heavy weight in the left leg. Was there something after this? I don't think so. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's finish with our push-up positions. Tip side to side to just round out the obliques. So tip and twist. I'm gonna keep my feet stacked. Really like force power steering. Opening up the head, neck, massaging the shoulder blades. You can certainly do this on your knees. My goal is to shine the hips forward into that side plank position. Keeping the feet stacked, just squeezing the inner thighs lightly. For 6. Ah, feels good. Wringing out the towel. All right. Well, hopefully get some blood flow to the area. Low march over. And we'll see you next time.